Oh, and we're live on the Anti-Hero broadcast. We got a hell of a show for you. We got UFC Freedom 250. We got Sean Strickland. We got the Knicks championship win and then New York City Post championship win. So stick around. It's going to be a good one.
Justin Gaethje, USA.
The Anti-Hero broadcast. We'll say what you can't.
The information provided by the speakers and presenters on the Anti-Hero broadcast platform is for general informational and entertainment purposes only. Information does not represent the broadcast network and all entities involved. All information is provided in good faith. However, we make no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information. Hurt feelings is not defamation.
JV team for life.
Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is Monday, June 15th, 2026. The Anti-Hero broadcast is the news entertainment broadcast for veterans, first responders, and all blue-collar Americans. Join us live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Please like and subscribe. Tell us the algorithm we don't suck. This show is brought to you by GhostBed. Go to ghostbed.com/antihero. Save 10% on their already ridiculously low prices. Pillowcases, mattress toppers, cooling patented technology sheets, and their award-winning mattresses. 60,000 plus 5-star rating and reviews, in-house customer service, and free shipping on those big-ass mattresses. So if you got to replace anything in the bedroom, please go to ghostbed.com/antihero. It'll save you 10%, and it'll tell them that we sent you. And Elevated Silence. Go to elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code ANTIHERO15. Save 15% on your suppressor. They have cans from everything from 22s to 50 cals. Exercise your Second Amendment right. Get yourself a suppressor. The process is not that hard, and Jim will walk you through it. ElevatedSounds.com. Use promo code ANTIHERO15. Save 15%. And new is the Discord. Go to the Discord. Join the Discord, the Anti-Hero broadcast /Counterculture Inc. Discord. It is where we all hang out. It is completely free. If you're like me and you're like, what is a Discord? Talk to us, get with one of the guys. It is fucking fun as hell. You just put it on, you chat with the boys. We watched UFC at the White House last night. We streamed it and we all fucking talked. It was a good time. It's a good hangout. It's a good place to get to know us. And yeah.
And how do you keep up on the Discord and when we're going to be on there? You go to Patreon. You go to Patreon, the Anti-Hero Patreon. That's where you get to updated on the runs. Tyler and I going at it. Who can run faster? Workouts.
Not me.
No, definitely. That's the 2 tiers. So Patreon, 2 main tiers of the $5 and $10 that gets you lives, access, all that. So Patreon is where it's at. We're doing a giveaway every month in Patreon as well. So you're going to get a cool gift like this lamp back here, or maybe a wallet or a cup or something cool. And if you want to go to the next level and be one of the OGs, you go to the antiheroapp.com and you get in the app. That's where it's our own version, our own social media platform. We post videos. We can go live in there now as of this morning, pin our YouTube videos in there. You have the show schedule, everything about the boys, about the OGs is in the Anti-Hero app. And when you put them all together, you're pretty much with us 24 hours a day.
Yeah, the app is pretty cool. Lots of crazy shit goes down there. I need some people on that last post that was posted, I think this morning or late last night, to go do some checking on somebody. But app's wild, app's crazy, app's fun.
And don't forget, we challenge. We're going to give away the app for the rest of the month free for if everybody can bring in somebody. So you're going to sign up, and we're going to give you a code to get the rest of the month free. So if you're interested in joining the app, download it and get with us. All of you in there that talk all your smack, get on Discord, make fun of me because I wasn't talking last night. Challenge somebody to join the app for the rest of the month so they can see what goes on behind the scenes in the Anti-Hero broadcast and bring some new people aboard. That Discord is pretty cool. I got to give it to you. I was like, it's one of those things when somebody tells you about it.
So not willing to do it.
No, it's like anything else. When you ask me to do something, I'm like, bro, I'm not doing it. Like
I'm not learning a whole new app.
Yeah, like I remember that was the last one in the agency to like go to the typed arrest affidavit. I was still chicken scratching. I'm like, I'm not switching. But I went in there. They were making fun of me. My wife was knocked out. She worked all weekend, sleeping next to me. So I'm over there. I talked once, and I got the. And I was like,
I heard you. You were.
Yeah. I was like, hey, man, what's up, guys? And I was typing. So, yeah, that's a cool thing. We streamed the whole fight. We watched it together. We were commenting. Well, some people were. I was typing. But it kind of gives you an idea what the Anti-Hero broadcast crew is about.
Yeah.
At least there were some
99%.
wives in there. Very brave.
Huh?
Some guys were bringing their wives in there, which is
That
very
is
brave.
very brave. It was very brave of you to do.
Yes, it is very brave.
All right. So the first topic we're going to cover is going to be the post-championship. We will cover the Knicks championship win, but the city of New York and their operational plan that we called on this show and said they are not ready. Modern day policing. And in our opinion, the NYPD was not ready for a win, let alone a loss. With that, we have our favorite correspondent of all time, Mr. Pat Brosnan. How you doing?
You've got to ramp it up. If I'm your fave, you've got to raise the bar a little bit, Ty. But I'll take it on good authority. So good afternoon, guys. Always a pleasure. I'm just going to frame myself out here a little bit here. A lot to talk about. Things are, we're getting the Summer of Love, the sequel. I say it's the sequel to 2020 Summer of Love. Very, I don't know. I don't want to say disheartening or disappointing because I expected it. In fact, I think we may have chatted about it. So there's no surprise. But the one thing I don't understand, and maybe you guys can help me through this, or some of our listeners and viewers can. I was under the impression that you rioted when you were angry. That when you're pissed off at something is when you riot. Not when you're happy, like when you're celebrating and you're joyous and full of glee and you're happy. I didn't understand why you would riot then, because that's like a good thing.
That's not the best time to tear a school bus apart or jump on a car and break the windshield.
On fire?
Like, that's not the time to do that.
It just seems slightly incongruous, So, hey, I'm really happy. They finally won after 53 years. Go Knicks. Let me light 5 school buses on fire and punch 10 cops in the face and shoot some other 17. I'm missing the juxtaposition of the riots, and I'm being completely facetious and sarcastic.
How about this? Because we've become so soft that we've allowed the riots to happen. And I understand peaceful protesting is one thing, but we allowed the riots to happen. And then now they've just kind of bled together, where whenever something happens at all, the first answer is go destroy things. There's no accountability. There's no rules. There's nothing. So you almost say, well, rioting, we understand. Well, we shouldn't do that anyway. We shouldn't be burning small businesses down or anything when you disagree with something. That's kind of a infant behavior, right? Now we have a victory. And, like you said, 53 years. I'm a Knicks fan. I've waited my whole life. Since I was a kid, I've always watched the heartaches of all those Bulls teams that beat us and all those years, and the Pacers. Yeah. Excited, and the last thing I thought of was, man, let me go break the closet door down. Let me rip my my front door off the hinges and go beat my car up because we just won. Like, I don't understand where that behavior or mindset even comes from.
I was excited to see some of the guys I followed last night in the MMA, especially Nicole. He was the second fight at the White House. And when he won, and he won very quickly, if you've seen it early on in the first round, I didn't feel any inclination at all to go out and light up a neighbor's car or get a baseball bat. But I was in a celebratory mode. Maybe I'm strange. Maybe that's the way it should be. Like, when you celebrate, you cause, death, plague, and destruction. So obviously, if they had lost the city, would it have been burned to the ground? Would it have been 2020 Summer of Love, the sequel? That's what I'm calling it. Because in my view, guys, what we saw Saturday night in Midtown and outside the Garden is really the opening day of the Summer of Love 2026. This is the opening day.
You know what we avoided, and it's unfortunate, is there was nothing more that I wanted to see was the Knicks win that at home, right? I believe they've won 2 championships, and they're both on the road. Can you imagine how much worse it would have been if all those San Antonio fans had to come outside the Garden after the Knicks won it in New York, and the people would have had to get out of the Garden that maybe didn't support the Knicks or the other players? So just popped in my head that how much I wanted it to be on the home court, but how much worse would we be talking about if maybe 5,000-6,000 Spurs fans had poured into the Garden and had to leave after the Knicks won the championship? They burned this place up with nobody there. The garden was empty, right? This was just parties. So I didn't even think about, like, imagine a Spurs fan trying to get out of Madison Square Garden after the Knicks just won the championship in New York and try to make it to safety. It would have been probably a lot worse than we're looking at right now.
I would definitely agree with that. I think it would have been exponentially worse.
I
And
think
the reality is this is animal thug savage behavior. There's no getting around it. These are riots for fun and for profit. Whether there was any actual looting is not determined at this time. I believe there were, but this is rioting for fun and profit. This is what we used to call in the Bronx back in the 80s and 90s was wilding. That was the term. And I remember, and it's in the op-ed that I wrote yesterday. I think it's going to be published hopefully on the Wall Street Journal. I recall on Halloween in early 90s, there was wilding incidents throughout the Bronx. And the Halloween really helps these guys because they can wear masks at the time. And you know, it hides who you are, obviously. Same way COVID also offered that same level of anonymity. But I remember locking up 14 guys on a wilding in a retail store on Burnside Avenue up in the central West Bronx. And I recall it made the press because there was so many wilding incidents, and the same as it is today. And the term wilding was coined then by the press, and we are seeing it. So what's old, right, is new again. This is nothing short of wilding, except that they have better phones and they have Knicks jerseys on, right? Other than that, it's the same deal.
Yeah. And know what I saw? We're playing a clip right now, Pat. I don't know if you can see it, but while you're talking, we're playing some footage of
Sure, I can see it.
And there's clips of the FDNY rolling through praising this behavior. I don't know if you saw that, and I don't know if they're held to the same standard as the NYPD, but the fact that fire trucks are rolling through and smacking the side and going like this, you know, obviously they're New York fans. I get it. They're from New York. Their team won also, but riling up and condoning this behavior as a firefighter, I might sound like a square, but I'm not down for it.
I can tell you right now, I'm not down for it either. I had not seen that clip. I'm going to take a closer look at it because there's no need to throw gasoline on an already raging fire. And you have certain responsibilities as a sworn firefighter in New York, and that's one of them. That would be completely out of line because that crowd was literally on fire in terms of their action. And for FDNY or anyone else, a city employee, any police officer that might have been in that crowd that was an avid and rabid Knicks fan like yourself, Ty, well, this is where professionalism comes in. This is where you have to toe the line and maintain right down the middle, you know. And that clip I got to catch up to because, you know, during the summer of love in 2020, and I know you guys are deeply familiar with it, and we've chatted about it on your show. You recall, I'm sure, that over 400 NYPD officers were injured, 250 were hospitalized. A lot of people forget that. I want you to think about 250 hospitalized, and that was in the first 2 weeks. Hundreds of police vehicles were torched. Now, I will tell you, all my time up in the Bronx, both on patrol, anti-crime, and the robbery squad, I never once, not one time, saw a police vehicle on fire. Not one time, ever. I saw one stolen by a bad guy. Like some knucklehead jumped in there and just took off for a joyride one time. And that was on the unusual side because the cost-benefit analysis for him, it definitely didn't fall on his side when we caught him. But I've never seen a police vehicle on fire until the summer of love.
It's this symbolism. It's the Alamo kind of thing. It's much like in 2020 when Minneapolis was it the 3rd precinct go? I think that was a political statement more than anything, but that really, really, really hurt the officers of Minneapolis to their core because that was their Alamo, and they just gave it up. I feel like when your squad car, although it's not yours, and it might not even be a squad car you've ever ridden in, that's an NYPD squad car. That to me is when one of those is on fire, that it doesn't mean the same thing in 2026. That's just standard riding procedures now. in the past, when you saw a burning squad car, that was a symbol of anarchy, and
Right.
it should make you feel unsafe. They're burning squad cars. Our authority now is being pushed back on as in active combat with criminal behavior, and it's just not the same anymore.
What do you do? What do you do? Honestly, in a perfect world of where we see Mamdani sympathizing with criminals and you know, yeah. How do you? What would be if Pat, if you're in charge in New York City, how do you stop what happened over the weekend? What would you do? Well, I mean, yeah.
I've been waiting for that question.
Don't get yourself indicted, but
Yes,
hypothetically,
I'm actually calmed down. No, the reality is, if I were in charge, if I was in a senior leadership position where I could call the shots in terms of mitigating these criminal riots, right, this criminal behavior, I would take an absolute zero tolerance policy. That would mean that if you threw a marble or you threw a firebomb, you're in leg irons. That would mean that if you were misbehaving in a general way in terms of, there's some of the lower level misdemeanors, there's some harassment stuff and so forth. Then of course, there's arson and all the more serious crimes, robbery, burglary, arson. We saw assault 1 with the weapon, right? Weapons possession.
Yeah.
Everybody gets collared. And you articulate it and socialize it across all the media, everywhere. And that's called zero tolerance. It means you commit a crime that you get locked up. And where possible, and again, this comes down to soft on crime and, criminally compliant judges and prosecutors who are pro-crime, I call them, because they don't drop the hammer on these animals, and that's what they are. But the reality is that's the only way you get their attention. Because no one has ever thanked me, ever, for shipping them into Rikers. That is a misnomer. That's a fable where they say, oh, he's got 3 squares and all his boys are there and they're all going to hang out. No. Not one time. No one wants to go to Rikers.
I agree with that zero tolerance because this is one of my philosophies as I watch these new generations of cops come through. It's almost like certain crimes are like okay now, and it's the broken window theory. Like, oh, he's just panhandling, he's just trespassing, he's just doing this, he's just doing that. I believe because of the social changes in our country and the softening of our society, that younger cops feel bad arresting people. I'm seeing a trend for crime. Like, it's hard to get them to think, well, this is just trespassing. Really, nobody's.
Right.
You're getting into like investigations where they're like sympathizing almost. Well, he made a mistake. He only knocked the guy's, he only knocked one tooth out. He was upset. Like, I believe personally, we're softening society so much that it's making cops not even want to make arrests on obvious crimes. So now you got like crimes against the community, which is these type of things that maybe nobody gets hurt. I don't know. You're throwing a gate at a police car. Somebody's going to get hurt, but it's almost like cops are so antisocial now with being buried in their phone and Instagram and not actually talking to people. They're almost scared to get out of their car, or they're just intimidated to go tell somebody, hey, dude, get out of here. You got to stop, or we're going to take you to jail for this or these minor things, because the minor things become this. At one point in New York City, nobody did that. And then somebody did a little more, and somebody did a little more, and somebody did a little more. And now we have this. So this is the result of turning a blind eye or not enforcing the law to the level of people dancing on police cars, hitting them with fences.
Well, I think you nailed it on the head. I spoke to the head of a large police organization that I was the head of as well back in the 90s. And I asked about membership a couple of weeks ago. I said, how's membership these days? And membership is down about 85%. And the way and he was a senior leader in NYPD, the way he articulated to me, and I actually didn't know, he said, there's no esprit de corps, there's no camaraderie, no one wants to make arrests. They all want to play on their phone and then go out and do something else, whatever that is. But they have no interest in that. And by extension, the officers have no interest in supporting and attending at police fraternal organizations that by and large commemorate, memorialize, and celebrate valorous police behavior, right? And the name of the organization, I will not say, because, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. But so I understood that, and he's explaining it to me further, broader context, and it nails exactly what you said. These officers do not want to get involved. By and large, they do not. Now, street crime guys and anti-crime guys and robbery guys, they may very well have an interest in being proactive, but not anything like when we were running around. And with us, it was the opposite. It was competitive. You know, we kept lists, we kept goals. How many? The gun, you know, the roulette wheel for shootings, the roulette wheel for gun collars. It's exactly the opposite. And when you tie that together, Tyler, which is an operational mindset, and you put the fact, and it is a fact, that until crime becomes illegal again, right? Now that sounds like a misnomer, right? Because obviously it's illegal to the extent that it's written on paper, but written on paper means nothing unless it's implemented, right? With sanction, right? Until crime becomes illegal again, you will see the city of New York and the other major cities keep on devolving. You will see gun violence accelerating. And why? Because they can. And why can they? For a range of reasons, some of which we just outlined.
So, you know, give or take, just rough estimates, how many people do you think were in, was that Times Square?
It's all over the city.
You know,
It was, yeah, broadly. It was Times Square broadly. It was also over on Broadway, but it encompassed Times Square, yeah.
Look at that. Look at New Year's Eve every single year. I don't see that on New Year's Eve. So the fact that, and we're not going to sit here and talk demographics. We're not going to sit here and talk sports fans and the types of people. The fact that human beings in New York can get together once a year and pack Times Square and the most memorial sized event you could ever have. And it goes off without, I mean, obviously there's probably fights and arrests. I get that. But that level of stuff, it doesn't happen. So it's possible. We're just not doing it right.
Yes.
Well,
we're not enforcing the law. I think Pat's dead on that.
Correct.
It's become okay to not, and when I get what you're saying. It's like when I used to say it wasn't to go ruin people's lives. I'm saying I'm going to go make arrests because I know there's people breaking the law and we have to stop it. And when we stopped, not glorifying that, but when we stop pushing that mind that you're going to go make arrests because we know every second somebody's breaking the law. Now it's like, oh, you can't say that because, you know, you sound aggressive and you can't be targeting. No, you have to go target criminals. That's the point of all this.
Well, you know, Mandami, okay, and we've spoken about this clown a lot, right? He is so wickedly bad with his stated public agenda that he makes Bill de Blasio, who was really, really bad, look like Winston Churchill, right? And we've spoken about that, and it's kind of a funny metaphor, but it's true because the statistics that this clown Mamdani is out there bragging about, record low murders in the first 5 months, et cetera, none of that erases what we saw last night in Times Square. 5 school buses. These are school buses that are employed to safely transport our children, right? Our most valuable asset. 5 of them torched. I haven't seen that before. 10 officers injured. We've seen that before. 4 civilians stabbed, of course. A 17-year-old shot laying in the street on Broadway. 63 collars. Okay. This is what happens in New York when things get out of line and crime is not illegal again, and you have weak leadership. But this is a victory celebration. But it's not. That's how the narrative is being articulated. This is wilding, criminal rioting for fun and profit with New York Knicks jerseys. Period. End of story.
Do you guys think it would have been any different if they lost?
No.
Yeah. If they had lost, I think it would have been. I think it would have been tenfold worse. Yeah. Tenfold.
And Mamdani, he tweets like he has a lot, you know, he's got to be the example. He tweeted something like parade on Tuesday. Nowhere did he tweet, we're not going to tolerate crime. We're not going to tolerate looting. We're not going to tolerate buses being burned down. There was no direct message, even though it may not change it just shows that his mind is never
Right.
about like accountability. Like, we're not going to do this. Hey, New York, we're having a parade on Tuesday. This is a celebration. We're not going to tolerate crime. Get out of the street, go home. You know, no message from him. So it's just complete. I don't know how you can walk around and be proud mayor of a city that you just watched this happen in a celebration. Like, I'd be embarrassed to go in public.
Oh yeah.
If I was him, I'd be embarrassed. Now, if I said something about it and I was like, we put the police out there in the thousands to stop this, and yeah, we arrested 500 people and some people got hurt, it's not our problem. We had to enforce the law. If that's the case, then I'd be a little bit more like, okay, I tried. I did what I put the police there. But to just be like, parade on Tuesday and I'm the mayor of New York and there's no effort to even condemn this type of violence, it's just all broken.
Well, Mamdani, frequently in doubt, but never wrong, Mamdani, okay, is so far detached from reality, honestly. His world, it defies the laws of physics, defies the laws of gravity, and certainly defies all the laws of logic and reason and rationale. His publicly stated policy of sending out social workers with clipboards to mitigate maniacs with machetes up in the Bronx. I'm shocked that he didn't deploy that little operating methodology on Saturday night. You know, when the shooting and gunfire and arson was unfolding, why don't you, dispatch a couple of those clipboard social workers up there to make it all go away? Because he is from Mars. This guy is beyond clueless. And it's just one after. Listen, when consequences are optional, think about that. Consequences are optional. And when crime is not illegal, it's not, right? Because if Mamdani sets the tone, if the judges don't follow in lockstep, the prosecutors don't follow in lockstep, no one's in Rikers. They all get a walk. Come on. This is soft on crime on steroids. It's terrible, actually.
It feels like people give Mamdani a pass for being stupid or dumb or
dabbling in stupidity, as you said last week. He's more than dabbling in stupidity. He's drowning in stupidity.
Yeah, I think he's got malicious intent. I know you. I can tell. I don't like bringing when you come on, Pat. You've got so much knowledge and experience. I really don't like entertaining conspiracy theories without some kind of tangible evidence or facts or statistics behind it. But something tells me that this guy does not want New York City to prosper at all.
I have the same feeling. I really do. And I had the identical feeling, the identical conviction, actually, with de Blasio and his wife as well. I felt that they were focused unilaterally on crushing New York, accelerating the failure of New York, that they hated New York. Because if you looked at what he did over the years, the bills he signed, the programs that he espoused, they were so detrimental to anything even remotely positive for the greatest city in the history of the human race. I mean, it's unbelievable. Bail reform, social workers with clipboards instead of cops. Well, that's that. But they're all soft on crime, soft on crime lab experiments. And if we've learned nothing else, when you treat felony violence like a public health seminar, okay, it's throwing gasoline on the fire, bro. It's all it is. It's throwing gasoline on the fire. And I think we're in for a long, hot summer.
I couldn't agree with you more, Pat. I really appreciate you coming on here. I know you're a busy man. I know you had a lot of things lined up today. Pat fit us in. So.
Listen, my pleasure, man. You guys are the best. Keep the message out. Out those judges, out those prosecutors. Shame them. Public shaming is a beautiful operation methodology. It really is. Because what else are you going to do? You got to shame them. You've got to shame them into enforcing within the sentencing guidelines. I got an idea. If you want to deviate from sentencing guidelines, how about this? Deviate upward.
Yeah.
How's that? You ever hear he deviated upward? I never hear that. I hear they deviated downward. They gave him a skate. No, deviate upward, judges and prosecutors as well. Listen,
I agree.
We've got to start taking it serious, guys. I love the city of New York, but I think we're in we're in for a big one. And by the way, this ticker tape parade that genius articulated instead of sympathy and empathy for the 10 officers and the businesses that were burned down, that thing has me worried on Thursday as well. We may see some real ugliness. A lot of it will depend on the weather. You know, the bad guys don't like the rain or the cold, or dogs or horses or water, lots of different things. But I digress. Anyhow, gents, fantastic. I salute you. Keep up the mission. Well
Thank you,
done.
sir.
Thank you,
Have a good
guys.
week.
Cheers.
Take
All
care.
the best.
Yeah, let's move right into the Knicks. It was game 5, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we did game 4. It was in New York.
Mhm.
We had 2 days off.
Mhm.
Game 5 was on Saturday night.
Yep.
Do you think that's why they offset the UFC for Sunday night? I just was wondering.
No, it's on Trump's birthday. Yeah,
I love it.
that was not intentional. No, they offset. Obviously, you have the playoffs. You had the Stanley Cup wrapped up last
Yeah.
night too. The Carolina, but no, that was Trump's birthday. Of course, they weren't going to run it. You don't want to compete either, so you don't compete. I don't think they care about compete with hockey, but probably basketball. But no, I think that was just random. But
Was it as an epic of a game as game 4?
I mean, the Knicks.
That's hard to beat that game.
It's one, and as a Knicks fan, it was obviously I sat in bed, watched it. You know, I've been since I was a kid. I can tell you, basketball is probably the least of my 4 favorite sports. Hockey would be third, baseball second, football first. So I was like, okay. I remember when the Giants won the Super Bowl twice. I was sick, like crazy sick. The last 2, I was a little younger for the first one, but no, it was cool. But yeah, that they were down by at least, I believe, 12 points in every game. They were down 29, and obviously game 3. You know, they won. Yeah, game 4 they lost, and then
so game 3 was the big one in New York.
Yes, the first game, and then they lost in New York, and then they were down again, and it was cool to see. It was, I mean, there was never that, like, the tip in was cool. The game, the tip in where they won that big game was cool. There wasn't like that moment. They just clawed back, and if you want, as a fan, what I saw was Wembanyama is a cheap artist. The guy on San Antonio, their main player, is a cheap shot, piece of garbage. But they over-celebrated winning the West. They acted like they won. And in every game, very young team. I think the Spurs are going to be good for years and years and years. They have a great young team. Every fourth quarter, they just fell apart. Like, all right, we're up in the third. We're just going to coast. And every game, like with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Knicks' maturity showed through. The Spurs started missing shots, and the Knicks just clawed back in, got every game close, and then won. And it was cool to see, like I said, all the childhood guys I watched through my whole life were all there in attendance. It's almost like a Knicks home game in San Antonio. There was thousands of Knicks fans. So it was cool. It was cool to see. They were resilient. They came back. I like the story for Jalen Brunson. He's an undersized NBA player. He's only like 6 foot, 6'1". They mocked the Knicks for signing him as the worst. They're putting their whole franchise in this little guy. He's never going to do it. There's all those sound bites. So for him, and then
he's only 6'1".
Yeah, he's short.
What a short motherfucker, dude.
And then the coolest thing was his dad played for the Knicks, and his dad's the coach. So immediately when the game ends, you see Jalen Brunson walk. He was out of the game for the final play. He like looks and he turns around and there's his dad, like a coach, and they hug. Like, imagine all the backyard conversations. Dad played in the NBA, didn't win a championship. So it's like, we're going to get there. And all, you know, every little kid sits in their backyard and plays, I'm going to be a champion. So that if you hate basketball, that's fine. But if you take those little stories and those little like cool things that happen, it was pretty legit. So, but yeah, I mean, you figure big guys take over games. This dude's small man, one of the smaller players, and he just takes over the game. He scored the Knicks score 45 points. Brunson scored. The rest of the team scored 49. So he took the team on his back in the last game, scored 45 points, brought them back.
He scored 45 the point?
Just about, yeah. 45 points for him.
At 6'2"?
Yep, he took over, man. And, you know, it's like that part was cool. But
I just think it's cool. When something like this happens, now we're obviously talking, the rioting is bad. The violence against Spurs fans is bad. But what makes New York is the fact that they are just an NBA team, just like the San Antonio Spurs. But when they play in San Antonio, I guarantee you it's close to half Knicks fans.
It's close. I mean, and especially down low, you can see they bought it out. And everybody thinks New York, do you know that was the first title in New York since the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2011?
Oh, no, I didn't.
That's the first major sports title. The Yankees are like a couple years before that. So New York's had a drought since 2011 of no championships.
And we in that 15 years we let crime take over. So
Yeah.
that adds up.
It should be a crime the way the Mets are playing, but the Mets made it. But Yankees have one of the top payrolls every year. The Mets have a huge payroll, but this Knicks team was like, and the other thing was not one guy on the starting lineup was drafted by them. That was all free agent pieces they signed. And then one of the other underlining stories is 3 of the guys played college basketball together and won an NCAA championship as well.
What team?
Villanova, Philadelphia, Philly
Oh.
area. So it was like, here's 3 guys that won a championship in college, 10 years later win an NBA championship all on the same team again. So just some really cool pieces to the story. If you're not a basketball fan, if you're a fan of like,
I'm a fan of the lure. I'm a huge fan of the lure. I like UFC, dude. I don't know these fighters' names, statistics, wins, but I love the lure of a good fighter. Like, it's just
because when they brought Bridges, they Hart and Brunson, and then they traded a lot to get Malik Bridges. And when Bridges came in, there was they gave up too many picks. So one of the Knicks kept saying, "Fuck those picks. Like, we don't need those picks." So they, those 3. They had another dude, DiVincenzo, who was on the team 2 years ago. They traded him for Cat, but that would have been cool. There was 4 of them at one point that all played college basketball together. They traded DiVincenzo. So 3 guys, 10 years apart, win an NBA championship and a college basketball championship.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty neat. Yeah.
Once in a lifetime type shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the UFC Freedom 250. First thing we're going to do is obviously we're going to hit on Sean Strickland. That is the title of the episode today. As soon as it happened last night, I was like, this is going to be the biggest thing for weeks. Sean Strickland, obviously, if you do not know and you're living under a rock, was banned from the White House event.
Allegedly.
Dana White has not come out and said it, but Dana White has said, do you think the UFC banned Sean Strickland? Do you think the UFC or Dana White did? He's like, we did it. And he left it at that. So before a couple, I think it was last week, we've talked about Sean Strickland. We went through his 2 viral Instagram reels. One was him. The first one was him. He said the CPAC thing when he won his last fight, when he won the championship.
Yeah.
They cut that from Paramount just in time because they're running a 10-second delay. We played one where he pretty much said the Jews run Trump. But what one did we play before that? We played 2. There were 2. They were in it.
2. It was that one, and then the press conference.
Oh, it was one where he beat up in the AI. He beat up the gay Bud Light guy. Yeah. So those 3 things, I think he would have survived any of the other things. But I think,
but look. If you're banning. And that's where Dana White. I mean, he sounds like a stand-up guy. America, freedom. Fuck, he's cussing at the press conference. We don't filter.
You're turning on Dana. You're turning on Uncle
Sean
Dana.
Strickland did nothing that would warrant him to be on any terrorist list or watch list or anything that shouldn't allow him in the building.
Are we not talking about Jews anymore? We can't do that. He literally said the Jews run the United States and Trump.
That's fine. That's his freedom of speech.
But that's what got him banned.
But no, they said he wasn't banned. So what did he do? This is what my point is. Yes, maybe Trump.
Are you saying we don't know what he did?
No, I'm saying that. No, I know what he did. I'm saying, does that put you on a terrorist watch list? What would be your safe? What would be the threat of safety? Did you see what the one dude yelled after he won?
We'll get to that.
Okay, so it's Dana White preaches freedom of speech, and he yelled at everybody. You keep asking Strickland these stupid questions, and he's going to keep it. When he was talking about Chimaev before the fight, he was saying all kinds of wild shit. Nothing he said, and I'm going to go to Hinchcliffe being there. Nothing he said was bad enough to get banned. Is he? And I don't mean it's not bad. To some people, it's bad, but he didn't say anything like I'm going to do anything violent.
To say the Jews own Trump is not that bad.
And Hinchcliffe made the worst racist joke during the Kevin Hart speech. And then they invited him. Did they show? Listen, it was the wildest thing. They didn't show any other celebrities, and all of a sudden they're like, "And Tony Hinchcliffe is here," and he's like cheering. I'm like, this is the guy they highlight. The most racist joke that everybody bitched about 2 weeks ago is like the one guy they highlight is in the crowd, and I'm like, how bizarre was that?
To anybody that's listening to that doesn't know us that well, we're not saying that Tony Hinchcliffe shouldn't be there. We're talking about the double standard that we're trying to figure out why Sean Strickland. So Eli, doing his producer role, good job, Eli. He said he looked up Sean Strickland was not formally banned from the event at the White House, according to the UFC CEO Dana White, but he was never invited due to limited capacity and eventually escorted off premises. So Dana White did come out.
Champion. He's
Yes.
the middleweight champion.
Dana White did come out and say before all this, first off, you have to figure out there was AI videos of Dana White talking, and he would have to go in and comment, "This is AI, this is not me." And it would but what Dana White did say was that if Sean Strickland, no matter what it is, wants to come and fucking spit on the very thing that gave him what he has, I'm going to have a problem with it. I'm going to strip him from the belt. I'm going to kick him out of the UFC. He did say that. He said, no matter what's going on, for him to think that he had to have the audacity to come do and make it about him and spit on the one thing that made him, Dana White says he's not going to stand for. I could get behind that, but
I can't. See, I'm gone here because Dana White preaches freedom of speech.
Is Sean Strickland going to Jimmy?
You can say whatever he wants. No, Sean Strickland's squared away dude, man. Like you
I
can.
deserve this. I deserve that.
What other champion do you think wasn't there that wanted to be there? Name one. Any other person? They showed the crowd. Everybody was there. He is the champion in UFC. Why would you can't exclude him? There's no capacity. But Tony Hinchcliffe's there.
Well, so you haven't really shed any light on why you think he was not allowed. He was clearly not allowed,
Because
right? We can agree on that.
Yeah, Trump didn't want him there. You can't say anything bad about the president.
Okay, so you think it was Trump, not Israel?
Well, there's the tie. It's the
They go like this.
It's the combination platter. It's like, I mean, come on, dude. I mean, I don't know how you don't let the middleweight champion there. I mean, dislike him, hate him, whatever it is. He's a champion. You can't tell me it's a logistics thing where there's not a seat for him. That's the most dumb thing I've ever heard. He criticized Israel. He criticized Trump in conjunction. It's Trump's birthday. It's a White House event. Don't let Sean Strickland come. That's what got him out. He's talking about goats and all this crazy shit and killing terrorists and all this stuff up leading to every fight. He said something wild. They put him on stage. He goes out and fights. They have no problem with it. And now all of a sudden there's a problem. So
one thing I want to touch upon, we're going to look at this right here. This is where it gets a little crazy. If you look right here, this says message unavailable. Do you know what this was, Mike?
a story.
No, this was Ian Wedster's post.
Okay.
You know who that is?
No.
So let's go look at his. Now, this post has since been deleted or put on private. Ian Wedster. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. This guy right here. We should give him a follow, not be a hater. Post. Who is he? Help me out, guys. Founder of the official Patriot gear. Okay, yeah. So he's got the official Patriot gear. He's a Patriot. Now, why would he post that and then remove it?
Did he remove it? What did he post?
It was Sean Strickland getting taken out of the UFC.
Because they probably took it down.
Why did he take it down? It was his post. He took the picture and posted it.
Probably heat from a company, or owns a Patriot.
Yeah, or the men in the little hats came and.
I mean, and what
or he's pretty pro Trump. So if the Trump if Trump has a marketing street team, which they probably do, which they're in connection with all these guys, and said, yo, that's not cool. Sean Strickland said Trump's in the Epstein files. If you really support Trump, you would take that down.
Yeah,
but if you guys were actually watching, I did not know that I had Instagram up in StreamYard for you to view. And you actually could see the post for a second. And I was clicking it and it was going gray. And now it's unavailable.
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
So, and then Strickland live streamed himself going in, getting escorted. Then he let
I got a couple
they let him. Yeah, they let him have his phone in the back of the.
Here's the thing: is the first initial reports came out, he was arrested. I could tell by just the way the police were moving with him, and he was not. They were getting him out of there. He was not arrested. And every influencer within 7 minutes was telling you everything that fucking happened with it.
And before we go any further, let me stop you right here. There is a very good possibility that this is all staged.
Oh, for sure.
There's a very good possibility this is all staged for some future fight with Strickland where he fights somebody. We're going to throw you out. We're going to make it look good. You got to remember, this is 2026.
Well, they got bought by TKO.
That's what I'm saying. Vince McMahon's got some influence.
The TKO's goal was to do UFC in the WWE framework.
Because if Dana White, I don't care how crazy Sean Strickland is. If Dana White said, bro, you're on the hook for millions of dollars, you're the champion, we're going to get you this fight, don't show up. Sean Strickland's not showing up.
Yeah.
If he's told like you're going to lose everything, your family, your money,
you think Trump's in on it?
It could be all of them. But I'm just saying, if you're due to make,
dude, just blew my mind.
If you're due to make you're Sean Strickland, right? If Dana White fires you, you can go work somewhere else. You can go try to get you'll get some side gigs. You'll be like these Nate Diaz is fighting in these off-brand, maybe make him
Conor McGregor's fighting, but not for a title.
Yeah, so you might get that. But if you're the middleweight champion, you have a massive payday. You're probably as a middleweight champion, you're gonna headline one of these next UFC numbered events. Even Sean Strickland's not stupid enough to go, let me just throw my life away.
Yeah.
Another payday, a huge fight. So you have to take into consideration that this whole thing could be staged.
Bro, why? I like how you just dumped that on me live, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, think about that. I mean,
I am thinking about it, and it's right. You're right.
Think about the theatrics. They don't know he's streaming.
It's not the juice.
He's streaming it, walking up. People are, and then there's a spectacle.
And he's got
there's a perfect fucking
there
aerial
happens
shot.
to be 30 people ready to escort him.
30 Secret Service dudes and marshals. Let's get rid of him. Then when he's in the back of some wagon driving, then he's so.
Oh, it was a. What do they call that? It was a bit. It was a bit.
Yeah,
we got baited into
a job.
It was a job.
It was a job.
Oh,
Dana. Listen, Dana White's a tough guy, and I'm not shitting on Dana White. I like him, but the more I think about it, if even Sean Strickland, if he says, "Don't fucking show up," I think they know Dana White well enough to go, "This guy will fire." He fired guys for like bad performance. He's like, he watched a guy just like grapple the whole match, didn't throw one punch. He's like, "You're out of here, dude."
Really?
Yeah, you're not entertaining. You're gone. The guy that punched, I think a guy punched a referee or punched a fighter after it was over, after the fight was, and he was like fired, like on the spot. You're gone. Dana White doesn't play games. If he called Sean Strickland and said, "Do not show up or you're done," he would already be done. Dana White would have fired him on the press conference after the show if it was a serious issue.
You're right.
He's that kind of guy. He doesn't hide behind. He doesn't do anything like that. He would be like, Sean Strickland is fired. The belt's gone. It's not his, and we have he would have fired him right there. So it's an inside job. It's all part of the show.
Did you figure that out in real time?
I think, yeah.
Did you always know that?
No, I didn't.
I've
known this for months. I'm in the inside. No, I mean, the more I think about it, in a real business world, is Dana White would have lost his mind. Imagine you have the White House, you have this massive event, and Sean Strickland ruins it, causes some negative light on it. He'd be fucking toast, dude.
He wouldn't have gotten to where he even got.
No.
Not in a hoodie going shh. No. All right, let's watch some footage of it. You guys have all seen this, but we can't not play
a new member real quick. What is that?
Flat Six Fever.
Flat Six Fever. We appreciate it, bro.
Oh yeah. Also, real quick, we had a super chat. Murphy after RoboCop. I meant to get this to Pat. That's one of the problems with guests and questions for guests is that he was gone. I slipped my mind. I'm going to send this to Pat minus the PS Tyler is 1/2 gay. I'll keep that for me. But I'm going to let Pat know that you said that and you paid $5 to tell him that. That is my bad. I wish I would have remembered to.
We can't all be good hosts of shows.
No, there's like 3 producers and we all forgot. But yeah, thank you, Flat Six Fever, man. You got to after joining this, man, you got to go join the Discord for free, dude. It's a good time. I don't, you know what? I told you, dude, I don't want people in the, why am I so small right now? I don't want, it's not auto. I don't want people in the app that don't really want to be there. No, and that's not a diss at anybody. That's just, that's not a store. Like our clothing lines, I want to get people in the store, even if they don't want to be there, they don't buy anything. But like the app, I want people to really, truly want to be there.
And but see the app, I think when you start combining the Discord now and the chat, because I'll be honest, like it was cool last night. Like if my wife was working and I was just chilling like everybody else was, and it was like whatever, I can see where that'd be talking shit about the fight. I was betting like a maniac too. I was on fire. Oh, dude, I was on fire last night.
So here's a video of, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Motorcycles.
It's really confusing me. Am I looking at screen and screen?
No, I think it's just blurred and they're zoomed in.
What is this up here?
I think that's the netting around the UFC ring to keep like drones from flying in and stuff. That's the actual area where the fight was.
It's cut off. Like there's people up there. It looks like a picture on a picture.
No, that's netting. I saw this video next to. Did you see the other version of this video?
No.
You remember?
Oh, the LGBT.
Yeah, with the 2 years ago with Biden and all the
Now there's
topless
dirt bikes
transvestites.
fucking
Yeah,
doing backflips.
they're like the White House under Biden, and it was like transvestites with their boobs out.
Yeah.
And then they're like under Trump, and there's like motorcycles doing backflips. So, yeah,
That's cool. That is just cool. All right, so okay, here's one. The obviously the big still picture that got a lot of. Is there no sound? Must not be sound.
that's staged, dude.
You're telling me here's the thing. You're telling me that 30 cops.
He's opening the door. Did he just open the door to himself to get in? Go back. Go back.
All right.
Go back.
That's yep. There we go. We'll watch it again, but there's no rush.
Imagine. Look. Come on.
Nobody's really holding him like
No,
he's
not
under
in
any
custody.
type of arrest.
These guys are like. Look.
And if you think this is fake, the WWE has used local cops.
Yeah, they had them unhosting their guns one time in the ring. They were like pulling their guns out. Look, he opened the door himself.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he reached up and opened it himself.
Like he would.
Eddie keeps his phone in custody.
I'm telling you right now, as a critic, if you go to open that back door yourself, that means you've already done that about 2 hours prior. We're getting ready to do.
It looks like he is.
Allah,
Yeah, and it's in a WWE ring footing. I'm saying. I've never seen people have so much fun getting escorted out.
There's no reason for 30 cops other than a publicity.
Yeah, he reaches up.
No,
and
I
pulls that
cannot
door.
believe that, bro.
How the fuck y'all gonna lock up the middleweight chick?
Pretty sure I didn't break them all. I'm pretty sure. But about to go into
Think keeps his phone?
He's definitely not arrested. There's no denying that he's.
But
not.
the whole spectacle to put him in a car and drive, that's excellent. That's Vince McMahon's
They
brain.
got me, dude.
Yeah,
got me.
that's Vince McMahon's brain, dude. Remember all the crazy shit he did?
Yeah.
The filling the
The
Corvettes
one with the
cement.
cars up.
Yeah, he gets in.
We thought Vince McMahon died.
Yeah, the limo blows up, and you're like, "Oh my god, he's dead!" And like, it was bad editing, and we bought it.
Yeah.
And like, I remember one time Ric Flair was back in the limo with like 9 women, and he came out like exhausted and popping Viagra, and having a heart attack. Like, we bought all of it.
Yeah.
So that was real good WWE level. Even in the ring, look, like if you really thought he was a threat, you wouldn't stand in the ring and cheer the crowd on. And he didn't go into the main area. There's the other key.
Yeah.
He didn't disrupt the actual event. This is that little sidebar. This is outside. They have like a player set up on the outside. There's only like 5,000 seats for the actual event. And then this is on the outside. This is where Stacey was, and he convinced me he was like at the fight. I was like, damn, dude, he's at the fight? No, he was in this fucking circus over
Watching
here.
the fucking juggalos.
Yeah. He's watching the turn 3, turn 4 NASCAR bullshit out here. He wasn't actually at the fight. So
let's see.
Because we're going to get to the other dude. That dude's worse than Sean Strickland. Yeah, this is staged, dude. He made it into the ring? Come on. He made it all the way in the ring.
I don't know if you've ever seen 8 police officers apprehend somebody. Look at this guy's hands are down. This marshal's hands are down. Right.
There's regular people in the ring.
If I'm trespassing you and I know you're Sean Strickland, my hands are not going to be down like this.
No.
I'm not going to get knocked out in front of 5 million people.
He wouldn't have made it in the ring, dude.
I'm super pissed that I got.
Yeah. You
got
bamboozled, dude. You got bamboozled, man.
Oh man.
Yeah. JoJo makes a great point, and he's a fighter. His hands are weapons, dude. He's a fucking martial.
Yeah.
He's a fucking MMA fighter.
Their hands are all
The
down.
first thing you do is cuff him.
Look at this marshal right here.
Yeah.
Putting both of his hands down. This is
They even threw the gloves on the one dude for like effect. Put some gloves on. Yeah, you got it, man.
all right. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. We're gonna talk UFC Freedom 250, the actual fight, not the lure that got me bamboozled. But We'll be right back after. Don't end it.
Malfunction. Malfunction.
It's in the media. asset.
Malfunction.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis, for pets and people. To detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
Welcome back. And don't forget to check out CopvilleOG.com. Use promo code Antihero15 for 15% off. It was a busy weekend. You guys were the OGs. Stuff was selling this weekend. So please go to CopvilleOG.com. Use code Antihero15 for 15% off. The new website is just about done. And the app, my own Copville app, is almost done. I have 4 new patches. I think 4 new patches I showed yesterday on the Patreon exclusive. So they'll be dropping this week. There's a war patch. There's a Job is Dead patch. There's a new Jerry Worms patch. So go to CopvilleOG.com. Use code Antihero15 for 15% off.
And the OG apparel line of the network, Counterculture Inc. Go to countercultureincthreads.com. Use promo code Antihero15. Oh, excuse me, Joe. Sorry, this one's just Antihero, but you'll save 15%. They have graphic tees, all kinds of counterculture-esque apparel, Ranger panties. Sold a pair of Ranger panties right before the show.
I know. Somebody needs them by the weekend, they said, so you better ship them out. Somebody told me they ordered. They told me they ordered them. They said I need them by Sunday.
All right, I'll ship them out.
Yeah,
today.
ship them out today.
Yeah, hats, stickers, flags, team room flags. By the way, not just regular flags. We have team room flags. Hoodies. We're almost out of hoodies, but they're super on sale because we're making room for summer. I'm working with Jay. That Jay right there. To
the one talking shit. That Jay?
Huh?
The Jay that's talking shit?
I didn't see what he said.
Oh, he's talking shit.
But yeah, we're gonna build actually a brand new site as well, and we're kind of shifting the focus on branding, but tons of great designs in there. We're still gonna make one-off designs. It's my favorite thing to do. Countercultureincthreads.com. Use promo code Antihero, save 15%.
Good news is that advertising event still did better than his show, didn't it? Jay's show.
What advertising event?
My advertising, my stickers event yesterday was more. I'm fucking with him. More views than.
We had more views than a page. Damn, dude. Y'all are going at it now?
Hey, man. I'm
he's
just trying to be nice. And then
dude, he swung.
He throws shade. He throws shade. So shade meets with shade.
CC, I do. All right, 6, I do have a counterculture team room flag. I'll send you one. I've never put them on the site before, but I have Counterculture Inc. team room flags. Let's kick it off with we have a memorial right now. It came in our inbox. So let's pull it up. It's Aaron Ellie. Give me 1 second. Stop screen. Share screen. All right. Aaron Ellie was a New Jersey Department of Corrections officer, and he died in a motorcycle accident. We donated to his GoFundMe this morning. He came in request. He's got a family, and so we put it actually in our stories on the Antihero Instagram as well with the GoFundMe link. If you would like to, just go there, click the link. But corrections officer, one of us, and he died in a motorcycle accident tragically. So if you can, go show his family some love, donate a couple bucks. It'll really help out.
And you know what? And this is what it's all about. That being able to help out in those situations. You make the reels about the bikes, and everybody gets mad about bike riding, and you get in arguments in the comments and all that stuff. But what do we call this show? This is broadcast entertainment for the boys, right? And in order to get the boys here to donate, help share GoFundMe's, help people who've their families, it's got to be entertaining. And some people say we're not. I think we are just enough entertaining to get some people here to tune in, and then we assist in those things. And I know there's way more that we do. We don't even highlight them most of the time. When it's a fallen officer, we will, but we share all the GoFundMe's, any charities, anything anybody asks us to share. That's what it's about, is helping people through this bunch of great guys here in the comments.
They're mean, but they have a good heart.
They do. They'll tell you all the bad things about you. They'll talk smack about you. They'll post about you, but they're good guys.
So let's talk UFC 250, Freedom 250. Let's talk the actual
I killed it, dude.
Fights.
Killed it.
So first off, Mike won.
Really good. I did good. I won like $300. Only fight I lost was I bet
you could win more on a scratch off.
Yeah, but I was betting like long shot $5-10 bets, and they were coming through. Like I was picking under 1.5 rounds knockout. I did really well. It was all profit. I bet $100 on the Knicks for the game 5 and won. So I had that money. I cashed that out and I started playing around. I won another like $300 last night. But yeah, they were good fights. I mean, there were some huge surprises, but
I don't know any of those fighters. I watched them. I loved it. Who was the main event?
Topuria and Gaethje.
So that was it. Round 2 when we thought the American.
Yeah, Topuria was wearing out Gaethje.
I thought everybody thought he was
body shots.
Everybody in the fucking Discord was like, oh, and I'm like, damn, dude, that sucks. The American's gonna lose right in front of Trump. And then all of a sudden, Homeboy's eyes. I've never seen eyes get as black that fast in my life. He had 2 black eyes within a round.
So he was undefeated. Yeah, he was undefeated. There were 2 zeros that went down in the last. I think 2 undefeated people have gone down now. But undefeated, he updated his record in his bio to 18-0 before the fight because he was 17-0. I think he underestimated Gaethje. Gaethje's older, been around the block, fought everybody. Obviously, a tough dude, and they wanted to stop. If you watched it, the doctor wanted to stop in round 3. He actually said he was done, and they continued.
His doctors,
the doctor in the corner after round 3 was like, he's no good.
Are those doctors with the team, or are they
UFC? No, they're independent. So they're looking. Right. After round 3, the doctor actually said no, he's done, and they actually let him continue.
Who's that? Who makes that call?
Somebody else walked up, like, no, he's going to keep going. And it was like
the fucking 250.
Yeah, and the doctor was like, no, he actually said he's done, and then he was after round 4. You're right. At some point, the safety kicks in. But I will tell you, Islam Makhachev, who is one of my favorite, he's probably the pound for pound #1 fighter now in UFC. He said he had some criticism for Topuria and said the biggest fight of your life, and you quit. He's like, that speaks volumes about your character. Topuria quit. His corner quit for him. Like, he was basically, I'm done. If you listen to him when he goes in the corner, he actually says, I'm done. Topuria sits down. Yes, his brother.
What I watched him put his head down and blood poured.
No, he said, I'm done. And his brother goes, no, you're going to finish this fight. And then like 2 seconds later, I think another person looked at the referee and said, we're done. And that's when the referee said, this fight's over. So Topuria, no, I'm not knocking the guy. These guys
could probably see.
Yeah,
his face was fucked up.
But he ran his mouth. He talked it all. He talked the talk. Yeah,
I didn't watch any of that.
Yeah, he talked the talk. He was going to beat Gaethje's ass. It was no big deal. Walk in the park, and he got way more than he thought he was going to get. And he quit. And Makhachev makes a point. You know, these guys from Dagestan, Makhachev family, and he's like, biggest fight of your life, you quit. So it's like, what does that say about you? So that's going to be a tough one, I think, mentally and physically. Like, people don't realize that after an average, and I call it an average fight, after a regular fight, they talk smack in the ring, they walk out. A lot of those guys go to the hospital.
Oh,
they're wheeled out on ambulances and stuff like Rocky, like the real world Rocky.
They just got hit by a car.
Yeah, they're like this, and you don't I don't think a normal person understands the damage that the human body endures during those fights, mentally and physically. And one fight can change your life, dude. Like, he gets wheeled out, he quits in the biggest fight on the lawn, UFC 250, the whole thing. Imagine leading up to his next fight, he has to think, man, the last fight, I had to quit. Like, I was beat up that bad. That can change your whole career.
You can change your mindset.
Correct. They were saying he could have residual effects of like not only medical effects due to getting his face rearranged, but mental effects of like, I got to walk out in front of everybody. I told everybody I was going to beat this dude's ass. I didn't.
But there's always one guy that has to say, I'm going to beat his ass and loses. There's always one in every fight.
He was pretty confident. He was big confident. Like he updated his record in his Instagram bio.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
that's a baller.
I mean, Gaethje's old. Gaethje's an older dude. Like he and he beat the brakes off. So Gaethje's last 2 fights were Paddy Pimblett and now Topuria, and both of them looked like hell. Now, I will say Pimblett's probably my favorite up-and-coming fighter. He made it all 5 rounds. He looked bad, but he finished the fight. Topuria talked so much shit about Pimblett for losing, and then he didn't make the end of the fight. So
yeah, I honestly thought, did any Americans lose in front of Trump? Did any Americans lose last night?
Bo Nickel won. Yeah, for the Mr. America.
No.
Michael Chandler. Yeah,
We
destroyed.
We were talking about last night in the Discord, dude. The dudes had me cracking up. They were the fucking dogging on the Muslim from Canada.
I had to
losing at the White House.
I had to bet on. I knew Chandler was going to lose, but I couldn't consciously do it. It was such a long shot, or the other guy was so favored that it was no reason to bet on him. So I just bet $10 on Chandler. It would have won like a lot, $60. But yeah, Chandler got destroyed. He's gotten destroyed every fight. Last few fights, he's got no business being in there. But that was a good fight. I mean, I guess the biggest Cyril game beat Pereira, which was. I didn't see that coming. I thought it was a close line, but I thought Pereira win. And then your boy Hokit is the maniac of the night that beat Derek Lewis and then yelled on the White House in the middle. Yeah, what he yelled. This dude's a problem. He's a psychopath. What do you mean
by problem?
He's just a psychopath. He's like
you think Sean Strickland is
guy's
contained?
This guy's worse than Strickland.
You think so?
Yeah, he's unhinged. He was a NFL player. He played for the 49ers.
Wait, so he's an NFL fighter and now
he was an NFL player for like 3 years. Yeah. He was on the practice squad for the 49ers and now he's like an unhinged fighter.
All right, let's see here.
Lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America? Ladies and gentlemen, and lastly,
at the White House,
Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Everybody's dogging on Joe Rogan's little tie.
Yeah, it was bad. The tie was bad. Even JoJo was like, "What's wrong with this tie?"
Heather said that right before she went to bed last night. She opened her eyes and she's like, "What the fuck's up with Joe?"
Well, your tie has to be past your belt. Tie's supposed to, and then the knot.
Why the knot like
the
this
knot
big?
was like this big. Like it's right in the middle. It's either you can't have a micro knot, and you can't have the over. It wasn't pulled tight. Like yeah, it was But yeah, this guy's wild. He beat the brakes off Derek Lewis, but he actually attempted the worst.
Derek Lewis fought last night?
Yeah, he
Black
attempted.
Dude?
Yeah,
My balls was hot.
He beat him.
Oh,
but he attempted the worst armbar in history of like MMA. Like he had no idea what an armbar was. It wasn't even close.
This guy?
And he was like holding it, and everybody's like, "What is this guy doing?" Like it was.
So this
horrible.
guy's a stand-up fighter.
He's new. He's like 5-0, 6-0. He's brand new to MMA, but he's like knocked he won a decision last fight, but he's knocked mostly everybody out. He's like a problem because he's a heavyweight. He's just above, he's not a huge heavyweight. Like Lewis was like 260. This guy's like 220. But he runs out.
Damn, bro, that's only a couple of pounds heavier than me, and he's a heavyweight.
And he's like 6'2", so
I was thinking for 1 second, I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm like 211. I'm like a heavyweight."
You are. You would be. You'd have to fight this guy.
With ab, he's chubby, but he's still got abs.
Yeah, like you would fight. Like you would have to trim. No, your weight, you would come down to like you would fight at like 185. 185. You would lose
probably 5'9".
How? Well, I can't help your height, but I don't know. I can't see a 160. You see 160 in your future? What are you gonna cut a leg off? Fight one leg, or what are you gonna do?
McGregor went down to that. He went down to some weight that made him.
He didn't walk around 211, man. He didn't fight 211.
I'm running.
These guys, they do cut down stupid. Like they, I'm.
Who was the guy that spit up on himself in the? Did you see that?
I think it was this guy, wasn't it? Yeah, he spit on himself.
Was
It's
it
him.
show?
Yeah, it's him. He's nuts, dude.
He's nuts, dude.
Yeah, but if I'm I'm 205, so I would probably minimum fight at 185. I haven't seen 185 since. I'd have to go down like 185, so I'd lose like 30 pounds, and then they gain it back like the next day.
Yeah.
They cut down all the way down, no water. It's bad, but yeah. Jonathan Daig there says you should start biking.
That's thin blue ride.
Yeah, you should start biking. If you got on a bike once in a while, start talking shit, you might not be 211. Do they make bikes for 211? Do they make bikes for 5'6" 211? Like you can reach the pedals, but you still have, like, does the frame hold up? How does that work?
Hey, somebody said GB375.
Yeah, we'd love to have him on.
Who's that?
That's a dude.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah, Josh Hoka. Yeah, get him on. But yeah, excellent card. It wasn't a blown away card, but good for betting. Bo Nickel knocked out his guy in the first round. Chandler was the only one that got whooped. O'Malley won.
I saw that.
Yep.
What was the deal with the purple in the hair?
He always does that.
So,
Always.
so the red and the blue were for this weekend, but the purple is always in the hair.
He always does purple. Yeah, it's usually green. He always does crazy braids with his hair before a fight.
You know what I was thinking about as a government employee? All I was watching on those walkouts were the nervousness of the people selected to walk with them. Like, like stare straight, walk, don't walk faster than him. Make sure you walk to this point. And they're like, even Dakota Meyer, which a lot of people think that maybe he's
fabricated.
His story is a little fabricated, but yeah, man, those guys were all like staring straight. Like you could tell there was a mixture of private entity, which is the UFC, with the fucking White House. Like tons of people there saying, "Don't embarrass us."
You know what? And I was watching the guys, like, they had to salute. Can you imagine drawing that card? Like, there was a bunch of Navy guys dancing really bad. Like,
I saw the Marines
working.
like, yeah.
No, there was Navy.
No,
guys
there
that-
was not.
Yeah, there was.
No, there wasn't.
Yes, there was.
No, there was not.
There was
I
Navy.
refuse to
There
believe
was
you.
Navy dudes
No, there
working.
was
There
not.
was too, bro.
There was
Somebody
not.
send it in. Yeah, there is. Somebody sent it to me. I watched it this morning. There were Navy dudes
You're
twerking.
so full of
I
shit.
swear to God,
And
dude.
it was a bit then. There's no way.
There was one dude turned around. He was giving it, man.
no,
The
he
Navy-
must have been like, "Hey,
No.
I'm going to play it in the
No,
stereotype."
somebody find the video. There was Navy dudes twerking. Look for the Navy section. But I'm saying the guys they filled like service members were pretty much the whole crowd, right? That top level.
Yeah.
But imagine you're like, yeah, you're getting to go to the UFC 250, and you're like, you're a Marine in line. You have to salute every player, guy that walks out and stand there all
Don't
night.
get caught not saluting.
That's what I'm saying. But you have to stand there all night. Like, what a shitty assignment. That's what I look at, like the tradition of the military. I'm 1,000% tradition, all that. But you got selected to go, and now you got to stand there and salute for 3 hours while everybody walks out. You can't really watch the fight. You're just all night long. I'm like, I would have gave them guys a night off and let them sit and watch.
Oh, know what I used to do, man? I used to go to WWE events. They used to give front row tickets to veterans,
It's cool.
and I would wear my uniform, and I would have a good time.
You get wasted.
And I would watch myself on the Jumbotron, and I knew that was on TV. And every time it would come on me, I would go like this. But I was in uniform. Anybody else, they would have said, "Stop doing that." I don't know about the UFC. I know the WWE, they run the crowd. So if you had an inappropriate sign,
yeah, they got it.
wear an inappropriate shirt, if you're doing something stupid, they'll move you. They don't want to kick you out. That's the last thing, but they will control what the camera sees. But I was in uniform, so they left me alone.
Yeah.
And I'm on Monday Night Raw going, good time.
Somebody find the damn Navy video.
Dude, it doesn't exist.
It does.
It does not
Hold
exist.
on. I'll find it.
Gator says, come on, Navy. Gator's a seaman. Dakota Myers was on the TV show Teen Mom. No, he wasn't. What, are you guys fucking making shit up now? Chode says he's trying. Eli's trying over there. The reason why no one's found it is because it doesn't exist.
Oh, Mike's got it.
The FD guy was yelling from the Los Angeles Fire
There
Department.
you go.
All right, we're gonna see Navy dudes twerking. Apparently, Mike's got it.
It's in the DM.
Oh, all right. Anti-hero.
Justin's trying to defend it, so I know where his mind is. There's
No,
a
he's
dude
not.
turned. Yes, he is. He just texted me. YMC barely a twerk. There's no such thing as barely a twerk.
Justin was fucking in the comments defending dudes with small dogs because we were calling it gay.
Yeah, just pull the video up in the DM.
It was barely a twerk.
There's no such thing.
Leave my
It's either,
comrade alone.
it's either all the way in or all the way out.
My comrade and wiener alone.
You gonna go to it?
I'm trying.
You just move. Oh, that's not your mouse. Never mind. He's moving around. I'm thinking you're controlling that screen.
All right, let's watch this.
In fact, so you're facing away from the camera. Look at him. Look.
What the fuck?
Barely a twerk. What is that? You turned your butt around and you're dancing. That's not.
The Navy's gay.
That's on Jake's list. You can't twerk to YMCA at the UFC 250.
I guarantee you that dude's chain of command fucking destroyed him this morning. Destroyed him. We're going to send you to the UFC Freedom 250 and you fucking twerk on camera when the whole fucking military thinks we're all gay anyways. Gosh.
And they were the only section really dancing to it.
The Marines were up there with their sleeve
Crayons
tattoos
and
yeah, just fucking, sir, stop eating that cup. It's out of beer. But the Marines go and
what is
shake
Justin
their
okay?
butt.
'Cause
Listen, if
I
you don't
got
wanna
the
call-
video myself.
if you don't want to call it
Can I find the video myself?
Can you what?
Okay, nothing, dude. Oh,
Is Justin still
yeah, I
defending
think
it?
he's upset.
Only wrong videos.
But,
Just send Mike videos that are wrong then.
But
You're
I found the video like myself. I didn't go in my DMs. Anyway,
Is Justin legit mad?
I don't know. I opened
You're
the video.
correct. You're getting some tude. You get a little sass in
Was
there.
that caddy?
A little catty in there. A little catty in the comments.
I'm
All
an ass-
right.
I'm the biggest asshole, so I'm used to always being the bad guy. So I'm good with that.
You got what you guys just watched was a reel in the making. You're welcome.
Good.
Today or tomorrow when you see the Navy's
Can
gay,
you look at
reel.
this? Because look what I did. Do you see me? Look what I did. UFC. I searched UFC Navy 250.
What's Justin
and I
claiming
clicked-
you did?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just looked in there and
I-
found the Navy? I believe you.
Okay.
I did that for the Philly shooting we're in cover. I just went in there and said, I went into Explorer and said Philly PD shooting, and it was right there.
Yeah, that's what I did. Because I saw it earlier, and it was definitely a twerk.
Even if you want to argue it's a butt shaking over a twerk, it's still
He
gay.
turned around to the crowd,
And shaked his butt.
shake his butt. All right.
He just called you sensitive.
I can't. So
salad.
I can't talk shit back though, because people get upset. Like I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy when I make jokes and I say fucking off the color things.
Go for it, dude.
No,
It
no,
better it's not
no,
me.
better person. I'm a better person.
Better than not
There's
me.
a couple people that get really sensitive, and I have to walk the fine line. So I'll walk. The
Justin said he's not annoyed.
line. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, moving on. Justin, you won't call in and tell Mike that he's wrong.
We'll save it for open mic. I'll come on.
Oh, that's what open mics. For.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone. He's going to Ireland for 2
Oh,
weeks.
vacation time.
Vacation.
Okay. We'll do it when he gets back.
We'll pause.
We'll pause it. We'll bring it back.
I kind of forgot what I was doing. So we're done covering USC.
I got some stuff. What do you got? You got anything?
I got the Philly.
Shooting?
3 cops were
For
killed.
Fireman too.
Firemen?
The shooter was a fireman, retired fireman.
What?
Yeah.
I know nothing about the backstory. So can you give a brief?
That was it. I don't know what the call was for, but I saw the video. I don't think they died. I think they
No,
were just
they're-
shot. But
one
the,
shot in the face, one
the-
shot in the hip, one shot in the leg.
the shooter, I was told, was a retired fireman. G Money broke this.
He did last night, but he sent it on Facebook, which me and Justin have told him multiple times. Don't stop sending us stuff on Facebook.
No, was it?
It's Facebook. It's like it's
where
the
is G
hard.
Money?
He said, "Oh, the AI picture, dude. Should we do that?"
Oh yeah. I got
He's G Money's too busy getting clean shaved and getting ripped.
Yeah, let's
apparently.
let's.
But we're gonna while Mike pulls that up, I'm gonna try and find the
I have it.
the shooting. Yeah, here it is. Can you share the screen, Eli?
That's not it. That's good.
Okay, just no. Oh my!
We'll just leave that one up now. Let's leave it up. It's been up 3 times now. Let's talk about that.
It's not your fault, Eli. It's not your fault. You're good. That's fine.
G Money's been working out.
G Money sent us this in a non-ironic, non-laughy face, not look at the AI. He said chilling at the FIFA Cup or something like that.
Maybe it's really him.
We all took an assessment on Patreon Live last night. Us and the people that were watching. I've never seen Nick work out, heard Nick talking about working out, known Nick to work out, let alone seen veins coming out of his arms. I've never seen Nick without facial hair. Yet that's what he sent us. He sent us like if he said, make me into a CrossFitter. Legitimate sent this to him. You know what? Maybe he's getting us with a bit. Like he knew he's like, we're like, oh dude, we're definitely
maybe
not
underneath that USA rag shirt and the ball scratcher beard is the
I just wanted to
what did
be,
Bret Hart used to call himself?
I don't know.
It's the excellence of execution or something like that. Maybe he's been hitting the gym, man. Maybe he traded the van in on a Planet Fitness membership.
I just wanted to be known that G Money sent us this picture of himself with no laughy faces, no nothing. So if he's sending us this pic, imagine how many chicks,
Oh, that's on Tinder.
Imagine how many chicks he's fucking catfishing.
They're like,
with
where's
this
the
picture.
dude in the picture? How old is G Money? He's older than me. He's not older than me,
Yeah,
is he?
I think he's between me and you. I think he's like mid-40s.
All right.
All right, we can stop looking at that.
I'm getting there. Looks real.
No, have you ever seen G Money?
Yeah, but AI can't like.
Yes, it can. AI can do anything you want it to do.
Small letters.
All right, let's I'm gonna play this.
Last night, 3 Philly police officers were shot. It was all caught on city surveillance cameras. It all started in the area of 54th and Arlington in the 19th Police District. The officers were on scene, apparently trying to break up some sort of dispute. The dispute turned violent when a man pushed a police sergeant. As the cops approached him, he also pulls a gun from his waistband and begins firing. The officers exchanged gunfire with the man for several seconds. 3 of the officers sustained gunshot wounds. Authorities say the man was killed by police gunfire and pronounced dead. Authorities have not yet released the shooter's name, but they did say that he was a retired Philadelphia firefighter. All 3 officers are hospitalized in stable condition.
That was the video we just watched. I've never seen a police shooting narrated so calmly.
That was kind of cool.
Welcome to the show. We have a police shooting here today.
Last night, 3 Philly police officers.
You got to put some fucking excitement into that, dude.
Excitement.
Excitement in that. That's
That's crazy. Well, first off, we always joke, right? We always say the bad guy is going to land a shot.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't look like he took any good shooting platform. Shot his firearm. I'm assuming no more than 1 magazine's worth. It hit 3 separate cops.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the fucking game is played.
Well,
1 got clipped in the face. He lived.
It's obviously, this is where when we start getting into optics of shootings and people have their head up their butt, the tactical advantage is always on the person making the first move. So he has, before their brain can process that it's even a gun and he's going to start shooting, I bet there's, if you watch it back, probably 3 or 4 rounds are going off before they can even process that what's going on. It's just human nature. Last thing you're expecting, you're breaking up a disturbance, is this dude's going to rip a gun out of his waistband and start shooting.
Yeah.
And your brain has to process that. That's why on the front side, you see delay, and on the back side, you will see extra shots where the public goes, oh my God, he shot him 3 more times. He murdered him. No, your brain is still processing what's going on. So that just gives you an idea of the jump that a criminal can get, even in a high stress situation where a gun is displayed, how long it takes the police to react. It's just
because you're not expecting it, dude.
No,
I mean, no. How? Yes, you should be vigilant at all times. You really should. But you're just expecting at most a fucking scuffle.
Yeah.
Fucking get the
you
fuck
can have
down.
your gun out. Walk around with your gun out. You're still behind the curve every single time.
You're reactionary.
Yeah, you can't. That's where it gets frustrating for everybody, and that's where I'm trying to be better about these videos when we watch them and break them down, and you know, like everybody's against Sergeant Bruno for the bat, which I think was 100% justified. You're not letting, I'm guilty of it, and I'm trying to be better, not letting, you know, the person's, what they actually felt, saw, smelled, reacted to, and their version of it. Because I got challenged to break down my own IA, and then like I got challenged to let Dominic break it down, like give it to him independently. The IA guy has done it. Carl Anderson did it. But when I think about that, it's like, yeah, I would let somebody do it, but I need them to also listen to my, like the news showed like they always do a 30-second clip right after the scene, at the scene. Nobody realized that started 20 minutes earlier at a gas station where this dude was playing cat and mouse with me, not wanting to get in his car, trying to bait me, and then when he jumped in his car and tried to take off, it started 20 minutes before I pulled him over. Yeah. So like nobody has, and then I fought that guy once before. I'd been in a physical altercation with this guy on another arrest. So I had a history. A lot of those things factor into what your brain's going through when you're making these critical decisions. And what we don't do is ever give the police a chance to explain why they did things. We just go, oh, look at, he should have twirled the gun around 3 times on his hand and put it away. And then, you know, it's like we always have these answers, but you're not there. So
yeah. What else we got?
What did Kenny say? That's why cops are involved in one OS or more often, because the picture has already been painted. Yes. Yeah. I mean, we see it all the time, and nowhere does. I mean, look.
I'm not taking any advice from somebody that puts bad guys in their front seat, Kenny.
Look, it's like Sal's going through it still, dealing with court extension fucking 4 or 5 years ago. It's like the most obvious ones, and like Sal doesn't get to give his side of the story and attempt until it's his murder trial.
Yeah.
Like nobody's factoring what he saw, smelled, felt. He's documented it, but nobody really cares. They just watch the video. Same with Bruno with the bat. All they go, oh, he ran up and murdered him. Well, no, there was he drove there. He thought about it. He processed everything on the radio. He processed the scene. He saw things. Nobody cares about that. They just see 5 seconds of video and go, oh, he's guilty. And that's not fair.
Definitely not fair.
What do you got?
I'm still running.
I got a video.
Yeah.
Want to see a video?
Yeah.
All right. I got a video. Speaking of front hiding things and searching and front seats, let's go with this video, because there are some, you can hide things. You can hide things in plain sight. You can hide things lots of places. So watch where you can hide nothing. Full size heater.
And he played down, put his fucking hands on it.
A full size gun.
Damn, just drop it on the fucking ground.
Can you imagine?
That wasn't up there. It was probably resting. I highly doubt it.
Where is it? It's not hanging out her butt. It's not hanging down her leg.
Well, you can't really do much with a gap in your private part. Look at it. Oh, that dude, he raw dogged him. You need to chop that hand off.
What do you think? Look at that.
Dude, where was it? I'd like to think it was nestled safely upon it.
No, I mean, look at the pants she's wearing. Those are like sweatpants. I don't know where else it could have been, but
How do you shove a full size pistol up your private parts?
interesting. That was a heater too. That was like a Colt 45. That was a big gun.
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, like, all right, I'm not trying to get too graphic.
Yeah, don't do it.
Front, no,
please.
the front sight rail. Like, how
Yeah,
did that not?
It's gotta hurt, right?
What the fuck?
I can see this is where I could drop a joke and I won't do it. I have a good joke. This is, I want everybody to remember, this is when Mike wins and doesn't say, I'm not saying it.
What?
Nope.
What do you mean you win?
I win. I chose the Lord today. I chose peace.
Like a better.
I chose peace today.
Over who?
I chose peace.
Okay. Chode says, Tyler, come on. They stick things that shouldn't have been there all the time, larger than that either. Oh.
I have one other video.
Jay says, Dokes for sheriff.
I have one other video, I think. Let me see what this one is. I'm trying to remember what this is.
That's
Here's speaking of searches. Watch this officer search. We're two different searching scenarios. Watch this officer pat down this guy. That's it. That was the search. Now look what happens here. Good thing for him, he didn't want to kill him, right? Let's go back to it again. Watch. Remember when we teach searches, I'm not good enough to get on a stage anywhere and talk about police work. Let's not forget that,
dude. That's something.
But let's go here. Watch this search. Pat. No, nothing there. All right, buddy, you're good. I'm gonna turn my back. I'm gonna go to your homeboy over here.
Yep, you could have fucking killed him right
boom. And he pulls out Crocodile Dundee, puts it down there, and thank God for everybody that wasn't a gun or he didn't want to stab anybody. So the importance of police work, quality police work, shows through.
Well, we're going to be joined in just a moment
today
by Jake.
Really?
Jake's going to come on, and we have a lengthy list of things we've compiled that may or may not be manly.
Well, before Jake comes on, because we're probably going to end the show with him, I got two more stories.
Okay, let's do it.
I have Franklin County police officer, which is in North Carolina. A former Franklin County police officer is facing charges that he had sex in his patrol car and then tossed his body camera in the lake. Lake Royal Police said that Samuel Markham was arrested Wednesday following completion of an internal affairs investigation. Markham was charged with obstruction of justice, making false statements, injury to personal property, and conduct unbecoming. Warrants say that he intentionally threw his body cam in the lake after he realized that a investigation was coming.
Who do you have?
It was his girlfriend. I get it. It's his girlfriend.
Well, no, he's at work.
It's
still not.
It wasn't a prostitute. It wasn't a CI, but he had sex in his car. His body cam. Beep, beep. That's the loudest beep beep he's ever heard in his life. When it went beep beep and came on, he was like, "Oh my God." So in order to not dock it and make sure it didn't download to the server, he threw it in the lake. And then he lied and said it fell in the lake and all this stuff.
But they can recover that.
Yeah,
as long as they find it.
I think
that's what I was asking you about the one in New York City.
If they find the body, yes.
You have to have
because even if it doesn't come on, you guys got to remember Axon lies about everything. We had a deputy involved he got attacked before he could even turn it on. He got tried to stab him and he killed him.
Yeah.
And they were able to get the body cam footage off the body cam, even though he never turned it on. So it's always on.
Yeah.
Even if you think even the stuff he did before it came on was on. They have a feature.
To have the body cam to upload the video.
Yes, it's not backing up to a server. It's on the body cam.
When you do back up the server is when you plug it in.
Correct. Or like a lot of the guys on the newer stuff they have now is Axon controls everything. Your car is your server. So as soon as you turn it off and get back in the car, it's uploading to the network immediately. That's newer stuff. That's Axon 3 cameras. The new Axon in-car camera system has a router.
Fuck all
and
that.
A data.
You guys trying to be cops nowadays, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Everything is immediate.
What's up, Jake?
Yo, we on? We good?
Are we breaking the law? Breaking the law live on YouTube?
Well, number one, dude, I would never break the law. Not since 2011. But hey, dude, the guy that you're talking about with like just now, like the guy caught with the hooker in his car.
No, it wasn't a hooker. It was his girlfriend.
That kind of strengthens my point, dude. I didn't understand for a long time that if you were a cop, the law still applied to you. And that was always the most attractive part about being a cop to me.
That you could break the law with no consequences.
Yeah, that ended in like the 70s. right around the 80s, they started.
Jake's about to graduate the academy in 6 months going, I'm going to fucking do so much crime.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like, because it's obviously like, that's only halfway a joke, but it's kind of a joke. Because I grew up around law enforcement, and saw what the dudes deal with and stuff like that. And I guess, dude, no one ever told me this. I just assumed that not having the law apply to you all the time was one of the perks of the job.
I mean, it should be. And like Mike said, it probably was back in the 70s before Rodney King in the 90s had to make it all.
That's an interesting point. I know it's a comedic point, but it also kind of does hit home with maybe not the law, but just the rules. Like, you know it and I know it. Cops are lazy and they use it to their advantage. Like when the public is like, I expect you to go take a good report. We've all been in the parking lot, in the back, we're tired, whatever we are. But for the most part, you're getting paid pretty well. And there's days you do nothing, right? There are days you do absolutely
Cops
nothing.
right now want to bitch, dude. I made fucking $16 an hour when I first became a cop.
Yeah, I was making 30 grand, 27, 29, 30
my
grand.
paychecks couldn't even pay my fucking apartment rent.
So, and it's like now they have the technological advantage, and then, making all this money. You got the nice cold AC. They got the thing that runs from the other AC vent. You can put down your back. You got classy uniforms. You got all this fancy gear. No polyesters, a lot of places, and it's like, just go take the report, document the incident, get it done. It'll make it makes somebody you happy. You're getting paid to do it, and to watch cops still dance around police work and do more work to get out of doing reports or things. It's still that's an upsetting thing. You call me a lot of things. You can call me a lot of things, but I always took that job serious and taking reports and making sure, you walk up to a call and you're like, there's no way this is being solved. Zero. Right. But you kind of like go through it and like, hey man, we're going to do our best. You got guys now to just big league everything.
Well, now that Mike just gave you a lecture on report writing, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you become a cop.
When you become a cop, make sure you take good reports. You can break the law.
Sheriff Dilks over here telling us to write good reports.
You can speed to the crash. You can run a red light if it means you're getting there to save somebody. You can pop through. But when you get there, make sure you do the right thing.
So, I do have a question about that, though. Well, comment, then question. I know you you're like, hey, under my administration, we are going to do like real cop work. Enough with the buzzwords. And I think that you zero in on one called customer service a lot.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from because like it's a serious job and it has to be done by somebody. But I do think like what you just said is actually like I've thought that for a long time, man. Like if you treat the public, sorry dog, I'm trying not to get hit myself. If you treat the public like customers, which they essentially are, you're gonna have way better relationships with them. So like I know it's a buzzword in law enforcement right now, and maybe particularly in your area.
I don't like the term. I like the concept of treating people fairly, but they're not customers. A customer, like, because there's a thing that the customer's always right. The customer's not always right.
Yeah.
So it's not it's not customer service. It's just, to me, it's common sense. And it's, would you agree with this though? Because I get a lot of flack about this. One of my, part of my platform is the whole physical fitness and looking the part. Would you agree though, that when you see the top people squared away, looking the part, and then does that not give you the idea that the place might be okay, or that everybody's going to perform at some type of standard? Or does it look better when you see everybody look like a bag of ass?
Dude, that's 100% spot on. Like, cause I mean, dude, I grew up, so like I've alluded to it or whatever, talked about it before. Like my dad was in DPS, and he was like starting his career just like everybody in DPS was a trooper. And dude, those, I mean, like squared away uniforms all the time. I think there's some goofy stuff about troopers, like the front seat thing. Like that's crazy. It's also old school, and it makes for some really good stories and probably good movies. But like the professionalism of when someone calls you, it doesn't really matter. Like if you think it's silly, but you're gonna sit there and take the report. I guess that's my civilian concept of customer service.
And that's a good thing. But see, like a lot of times the uniforms or the presentation can also be used to supplement the actual police work, right? Like you could have a out of shape dude that throws a good looking uniform together and it's like, well, he's uniform squared away, but his waist is bigger than his length of his pants, right?
Why do people respect the Marine Corps so much?
Their uniform.
Their uniform. They look good.
But they also look good too.
They look. They're
Yeah.
studs,
They're also-
they have fucking. Yeah, they're retarded, and they're like.
Dude, you don't know that until you get to know them. Like their uniforms are squared away and they're in great shape. They look like, you know.
And that's all you need to get the respect of everybody else. That's not a, you know, yes, they can eat crayons.
Yeah, and that's where I have the trouble with the top, because some of the greatest sheriffs, the ones that get on TV and rant and yell and say all these things, that all these buzzwords, and we're going to kill them dead and all that, they don't look the part. So it's like,
dude, they got a church neck, their fat bodies. Yeah.
You just tell them, like I'm going to die on the hill with the sergeant major comparison, that dude is always squared away. And then he does the job. So there's the, well, he's a really good dude, but he looks like trash and he's way out of shape and all that. But he's adamant. And then there's Sergeant Major, who has every excuse that if he wanted to half-ass it,
he can shoot better than you. He can run faster than you.
Never does. And not only does he not deviate from the physical standard, he's also the example everywhere else. So
I'm pretty sure. Also, I'm not a history buff. I'm not a military history buff, but I'm pretty sure during airborne operations, Sergeant Major is the first one out the door. Like that's leading from the front.
I don't know that, but that sounds right, dude.
So I know Colonel Hal Moore was during the actual battle that they made We Were Soldiers out of. He was the first one on the battlefield and the last one off. But
I just
dude, that's actually been verified too. That's a damn battalion commander. Like that's.
But I think that kind of goes with the changing, like we talked about with the riots, or we talked about with government. They allow mediocrity, or they allow like, oh, we're just going to forget about that. What planet would you have most of your police force not in shape? And then when you try to get them in shape, you're the bad guy.
What's a gooseneck?
The trailer thing behind them. See that thing sticking up?
What is that?
Yeah, I'm doing what you guys like to call a back shot, but we call it hot shot. They
Hey, wait, I have a question for you, dude. You said in your comments we're deviating from is it manly. Now we're going to white manly. You say white men cannot own pit bulls?
Yeah, I did. I added that today. I think that's. I mean, unless you are fluent in. Okay, dude. Actually, we'll caveat it. If you're white, you can own a pit bull, but you should be fluent in Spanish, because that is the most Mexican dog breed to ever exist.
Wow. See, we're in different parts of the country, because that is another. That's a dog breed that belongs to another demographic here in Florida.
Yeah, dude. Well, so I know the ones you're talking about, and dude, the ones that are not scared of dogs here, they also have them, but it's like most of them are scared of dogs.
So I saw that you made a comment about, well, it might not have been you that initiated. Someone initiated a comment. I think it might have been Mark that said, small men who own small dogs. Now,
no, dude, that was it was Efren is the one that started that. Yeah, he started texting me about it.
What's the size of the dog? What's the poundage?
I think a dog that you can pick up like this comfortably. Like you, yes, you could pick up a mid-sized dog, but it's not comfortable. It's a little bit of a weight, like a small dog,
like a Chihuahua.
A Chihuahua, all the way up to like a beagle is flirting with mid-sized to small. Like a fat beetle is a mid-sized beagle is a mid-sized dog, but a small beagle is a small dog.
It's like a pug. It's too small.
Pug is too small. Chihuahua, fucking. I think dudes with fucking. What are the fucking
Frenchies?
hairy Chihuahuas? Pomeranians. But bro, you're gonna be a grown man and tell me that you're gonna get a miniature pincher? It's a fucking black Chihuahua. I have a miniature pincher. Like, yeah, I'm sure you do, dude. You have a tiny little pincher over there.
Mike, I think you know what size dog we're talking about.
What poundage? Under 20? Under 15?
Dog, like under 60.
Under 60?
That's a mid-sized dog, dude. 20 to 60 is mid-size. 70 to 100 or 70 and up is a large dog.
Right, but we also decided that mid-sizes. Me and Efren hashed this out. I would be happy to expand on it. But that's a mid-sized dog. That's like being bisexual. And I think we all know that being bisexual is basically just being gay. So
even a mid-sized dog, technically, you're still gay. You're just not as gay. You're not 100% on the gay spectrum like you would if you own a small dog. You need to own a large dog.
yes, dude, I have a ton of thoughts on that, but I just pulled up to the yard and I got people pointing at me and shit. But the next time I'm on, if you remind me, we have a whole theory on that.
All right, bud. Sounds good. Have a good day at work. Do some blue collar stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will continue the chat about
the dog. That's a big dog, dude. Over 60.
That's a large dog.
It's huge.
Yeah, mid is 20 to 60 in my mind.
Right.
All right. So did you watch the moi here? Apparently another one was released this morning, but I'm on an Urban Valor clip that has gotten 250,000 views. Are you there, Mike?
Yeah. 250,000 views.
You're looking at something.
Yeah, I was.
And going, ooh.
No, I was listening. That was for you. Ooh, 250,000
I'm
views.
giving myself some props. Anyways, the amount of people that essentially all I said, I saw you go for your phone and you put it back. You were like,
I was looking at something.
I know you were. What are you looking at?
I was going there.
Going where?
I wanted to verify the views.
Is it at 250?
I couldn't get there. We're not going to make statements around here.
All I said was on that clip is that law enforcement is not like the military when it comes to brotherhood. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that said I agree with him in some way, shape, or form was probably 95%.
Oh, I can't see the views.
I can.
It's got a lot of likes and shares though. 10,000 likes, 10,000 shares, 11,000 likes.
The amount of people agree. It's at 230K right now. Sorry.
That's meme quality.
Yeah.
Numbers there.
Except it's me talking. It's not just a meme.
Can I get your autograph afterwards?
Sure. But yeah, the amount of people. So it should go to show you. Now, there's always going to be some retard in there that goes, he's wrong. I'm on the best squad ever. And you try not to say, like, dude, you just haven't been fucked yet. Like, it's coming. But I love, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not sound like the old guy when there's some guy in there that's like, I've done 5 years and he's wrong. And you're like, okay, bud. And I want you to have the best.
That's, and here's where I'm guilty of it. I remember coming in the sheriff's office with a couple of old what I would assume back then were old disgruntled dudes, right? And just like, these fucking guys. Come to find out, the one dude, Desus, was probably one of the best cops I've ever worked with. Just his mind, the way he investigated, his ability to read people, and he taught me that later on. But when my initial thing was he's a disgruntled old fucking grumpy, terrible cop, and he wasn't. So I think, and you're right, the people that don't have that, not everybody gets screwed, but it happens to a lot of people, and that's the industry standard to discredit your frustration is to call you disgruntled.
Yeah. I saw you actually post.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say about this campaign is I'm not disgruntled. I'm disappointed in how it turned out. But the easy way to categorize somebody is Tyler's just disgruntled. Yeah. He just doesn't care. No, dude. Like I know you did it. You were in street crimes. The shit you do, you get dressed and you go to work when everybody else is like, I'm not going. They're stolen. Like all these call outs and all these times. And if you brag about it, or not even if you talk about you're you got a big head, you're cocky. That's to me, that's that mental health area that cops don't understand. People don't understand why cops commit suicide or they have these problems. Is you go your whole career underappreciated, can't talk about yourself in a positive way. If you do, it's just your job, and then you do something very minor and you're a piece of shit on the news, or you're a bad guy, you're racist, all these things they'll throw at you, and you don't get credit for the 9,000 times you did it perfect. You only get highlighted for that one time that somebody, and it's not even illegal, unethical, immoral. It's just somebody doesn't like it. Just like my IA. They don't like the language I use. They don't like the language my wife used because they wouldn't talk like that. Doesn't make it wrong. So you can go your whole life and you can't go, hey guys, I saved Narcan 3 guys today. I'm great. And like, no, you're a fucking cock. Hey, I made 4 arrests today. Oh, you're a piece of shit. You're bragging. You can't highlight yourself. So you don't get any credit.
And I think that's why these guys, they're so disgruntled, is because they went a life where they should have gotten credit and they didn't get any credit. Yep. And then they get out and they write a book. No one cares about it. They get out and start a podcast. No one cares about it. They get out and they are not the superhero that they felt they were.
You just got to be careful about your words. When I first came on Anti-Hero, I think twice in the very beginning, I said I had 23 years experience. Oh, this cocksucker, this he's got 23. I said it twice. And now I became like a shithead for saying that I was a cop for 23 years. And it's like, okay, I won't say that. And then if I say, hey, I was proactive. Oh, this guy's cocky. He says he's proactive. You can't win.
No.
You can't win. And then you go over there and say, I got fucked. Oh, he's just disgruntled piece of shit.
Look at when you go out there, you're one of two things. You're proactive, you're a buddy fucker, right? And yes, the proactive tops, they do eventually flock together and you get on street crimes, and you've got to weather that storm of being the guy that's going to the jail every shift, getting dope, because the other guys are going to say, how dare this new guy come out here, because they're a little insecure because they're not doing it anymore.
Not little, they're very insecure.
And they could go out and do it. And instead, know what I did? I would always do this. I was in uniform for 9 years. I never left uniform. I was on street crimes. We still had to wear a street crimes uniform. Or we actually patrol had switched. Well, everybody was wearing the uniform. And I would go and I would see a young dude that's motivated, and I would just ask him, like, dude, I know how to do all this stuff. Like, I need to get back into it. Like, take me where you go. Take me to the holes that you have found that I have not known about my entire career. And let's go. Like, there's no shame in somebody doing way better than you when you're burnt out, because it's not your fault. You're burnt out because everyone's shitting on you for doing a good job. Society's shitting on you for doing your job. Admin's shitting on you for doing your job. And then the new guy comes in. He's got his deflectors and his shields up because he's got no complaints yet. He's got no file yet. So he can, and he's fucking killing it. There's no fucking shame in going like, dude, take me. Where are you going, dude? Yeah. There's no shame in it.
And the other interesting thing that happened to me was when I got put in the IA, and I remember the incident, I'm like, this is garbage. This is like all the other bullshit ones I've been through. I continued to work. I was in a couple massive critical incidents during the IA. Had I had hindsight, I would have shut it down the second that, if I'd known the outcome was going to be. But my dumb ass was out there still going 100 miles an hour in pursuits, doing all these crazy things, and then to be pulled in and say, oh, you're demoted. And it was like, how did this happen? Like, do you guys not know what I've done for 20 plus years and all the sacrifices? And I'm not special. I'm not saying, oh, look at me. I'm talking about that's what all, like the guys that I worked with, your guys, the crew. We've all done this our whole lives. We put all these things on the line. We've been reckless to get these criminals arrested. And you're demoting me for yelling at somebody and taking a guy to jail for resisting. It was just like, that was like the cheating moment. That was the moment when you realized everything those old disgruntled dudes talked about was absolutely true. Nobody cares about you. Everything you did for 20 years is irrelevant. All the cases, all the victims, all the long nights, all the days sleeping in the DB because the case there was a homicide, that was all irrelevant. And at that moment, that's where, guys, I can see if you're not mentally strong, you go turn to alcohol, drugs, or worse, you turn the fucking gun on yourself, man, because now they feel embarrassed and cheated on when they gave 100% for years and years and years. And there's just that initial moment of like, how can this be? It's like a crime of passion against yourself. That's what I think a lot of these guys commit suicide, and you see it over and over.
That, or dude, listen, dude, do you know how many fucking dead bodies I went to as a cop, and they were retired under 5 years?
Oh yeah.
Retired cop.
Yeah.
Your body, when you have a job like that, it's so stressful. It's really, by the time you're ending a career, your life and your job inside the four walls is more stressful than being out in the public. That's how upside down it becomes after 20 years of law enforcement. Your family's a mess. Your marriage is a mess if you even have one. The admin's breathing down your fucking throat because they hate you, because the guys that you competed with and came up with and called fucking douchebags and like cock riders are now 4 levels above you in the chain of command. Like, so you're running off pure fucking stress and adrenaline, and you go retire, your body just goes like that.
I have to say, in the most crazy way, thank you to those pieces of shit that did what they did to me. You saved my life, because that's what would have happened to me. I'd still be doing it right. We wouldn't be sitting here. I'd still be out there like a psychopath, chasing people at 50 years old. I never would have stopped. My depression phase happened at the job still. They demoted me and stuck me in an office. So I had no choice but to go, okay, I can't go out there anymore. I'm not allowed to go on the field. I'm working a desk. So I was forced into that, like that suppression of and then I had like a year and a half where I went through it still at the job. And then I came out of the funk and I was like, I can do something else. And that's where it started to transform. But the guy who gets it like that, like you said, it's like they're at work one day going 100 miles an hour and the next day they're not anymore. I can see why it happens. I can see why somebody can go, I can't function. They did it to me and they created this. And that's why it's like running for sheriff. They like at the end of the day, everything that happens from this point forward is their fault. It's their fault. Yeah. Whatever happened, I said it. I'm 100%. Yeah.
They don't know the monster. I'm not calling you a monster, but that in their head, Michael Dilks for Sheriff Copville is a monster, and it's literally from them.
I would not have retired for 5 more years. So where I sit right now for the last 2.5 years was free time. They bought me 8 years of free time. Now I'm retired. I'm great. Life is good. Best it's ever been. But it was tragic what happened to me to get me to that point. But they did this. And then from here forward, it's like, hey man, like I'm here to win. I take it very seriously, but I would still be sitting in an office right now, looking at a computer screen, calling out, oh, his body cam, he's running, all that stuff. They would have had me sitting in an office with no choice but to sit there. And they forced my hand to create my own business and create my own income.
One of the things that I saw in there was somebody, people do this all the time. They assume, we've talked about this extensively. People assume because you don't retire, you were fired.
Yeah, correct.
There was people in the comments saying, wasn't this guy fired? He must have been fired
all the time.
And I'm like, well, I did not. So first off, I want to separate. If you are 15 years into your retirement, you kind of would be an idiot not to retire when the job started getting shitty. I'm just saying that you've got to look your family in the face and go, I'm just going to give up on this retire. You're 5 years out, dude. I get it. But I was only 9 years in. And I also had the benefit of my father and his friends telling me it was mid 2000s. It was changing, and it hadn't hit the George Floyd or even before that, the Trayvon Martin side with the Obama campaign against law enforcement, but it was starting to turn that way. And they were like, hey, dude, do not fucking make cop work your life. They will fuck you. And so I just had that in the back of my head. And at 6 years, I started realizing, like, was it 6 years, 7 years, maybe? I started realizing that, maybe it was 8 years, that it wasn't working out for me. I was kicked off teams because of the personality I am. I can't fucking suck dick. I can't suck up. I can't kiss ass. I can't laugh at dudes' jokes who aren't funny because everybody else wants to be a beta because he's the cool guy. They smelt me from a mile away everywhere I went, and everybody can call that a bad attitude. And I knew it. So I was like, well, this isn't the job for me. So I created something for myself. And if you are fucking stuck in some dumbass career that you don't like, that is a fucking on you. You need to start today.
Yeah. I mean, I was further along. So I was to that point where I only had like 7 years left, but they made me realize what you just said, that there's life outside of this. I would have never looked for it.
Yeah.
And I remember when it started to happen, I'm like, what am I going to do? All I know how to do is cop. I'm just cop. Like, oh my God, this is terrible. This is tragic. What am I supposed to retire?
Yeah.
I got to get to retirement. I got to get my 401k.
I got to get 7 years.
I got 5 years, my best 5, my math. I know my number. I was like, and then I woke up one day, I was like, I don't need none of this shit. Like, I can survive. Like, like I know what I'm doing. And that's, they did that. And that's where, for these guys and the whole fucking tone alert thing and the job is dead, all that nonsense, I get it that they've never been through it and they don't understand. But don't shit on somebody and call them disgruntled or a piece of shit or
lie and say they were fired.
Yeah, or lie to say when you don't know the other side. You have to know that it happens. I get more messages from guys like us that have been screwed than the regular than guys who haven't. Because guys who I'll tell you right now, the guys who haven't don't really follow what we do because they're living in fucking fantasy land.
Oh yeah,
they don't have any meme. If you ever go watch it, look at a cop that's kind of like, this guy's kind of corny. They don't follow any meme pages. They don't follow any comedy stuff. It's all like
their life.
Correct. So it's all like training this. And I'm not saying that's not good to follow, but I will always look at somebody who talks shit about me and I'll go, look, I'm like, nope, they don't follow one meme page. So they have no idea that there's a whole other group of cops.
Less than 5 years.
Yes. They have no knowledge that there's a whole group of guys that live off dark humor and memes because that's what we've been through. So, hey man, they created it. Everything here is, I'm on Not in the gambling world, because I'm definitely down, but in life, I'm on house money. I'm on house money. It's their money. They put me here, and I'm here for it.
All right, guys, that'll be the end of the episode. What's tonight? Tonight's Monday.
Monday sports K9.
Well, before that, we have. Let me make sure I did. I should be ready to go. All right, so we got the Shot Timer podcast at 5.
Oh, okay.
Our shooting podcast.
Oh, that's right.
That's Nick Prawl. I think I want to say Efren. I don't know a lot about this. I just helped Nick set
Are they
it up.
using your StreamYard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we got them set up. We got them squared away. 5 o'clock. Go support Nick and Efren in their first
On
show.
Counterculture
Inc. Network. Nick's a part of the Counterculture shooting team, so it'll be. I think it'll be really good. I'm excited to see it. And then we do have sports with K9 at 7 p.m.
Look at us growing, man.
Yeah, you get dudes stepping up, taking opportunity. So that, and then we'll be here Monday or Tuesday tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Like the mailman.
Yep, we're here. We're coming hard.
We almost
like the
had
mailman.
it. We almost had it. Some people, yeah, like the mailman. We'll see you.
JV team for life.